Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving deep into the theories and approaches to understanding mental illness. You know, this is a subject that's near and dear to my heart. I've spent years listening to folks in the studio, trying to make sense of their struggles. Mental illness is a complex issue, and it's important to understand it from different angles. We're going to talk about the big names, the big theories, and what it all means for you. So buckle up, because we're about to take a journey into the heart of the matter. Let's talk about Sigmund Freud. Love him or hate him, he stirred the pot. Freud's theory focused on the unconscious mind. Hidden forces could wreak havoc on our mental state. Unresolved childhood trauma, repressed memories. He introduced the id, ego, and superego. Childhood experiences shape us. Not everyone agrees with Freud, but his impact on mental illness is undeniable. He got people talking about the mind. He opened the door for other theories. Let's give credit where it's due. Freud got the ball rolling. Next up, we have Erikson, a student of Freud, who took those psychoanalytic ideas in a whole new direction. Erikson's stages of psychosocial development cover challenges from infancy to old age. Each stage has a conflict to resolve for healthy development. Trust versus mistrust in infancy, identity versus role confusion in adolescence, intimacy versus isolation in young adulthood. Navigating these challenges impacts our mental well-being. Unresolved conflicts can lead to problems. Erikson's theory helps us understand life's impact on mental health. It's about the ongoing journey of growth and development. And that's a powerful message right there. Now we're going to dive into the nature side of the equation. You see, mental illness isn't just about what happens to us in life. Sometimes it's about the hand we're dealt from the get-go. Genetics, brain chemistry, those things can play a big role in our mental health. We know that certain mental illnesses, like schizophrenia and bipolar disorder, tend to run in families. It's like inheriting your dad's blue eyes or your mom's curly hair, except in this case, it's a predisposition to a mental health condition. And you know what? There's no shame in that. Just like any other health condition, mental illness can have a biological basis, and understanding that can be empowering. It means we can start to look at mental illness from a scientific perspective, exploring new treatments and interventions that target the underlying biological factors. This doesn't mean we ignore the role of environment and experience, but it does mean we acknowledge that sometimes biology plays a significant role. But hold on a minute, because genes aren't everything. Just as important as our biology is our environment, the world we grow up in, the people we interact with, the experiences we have. This is the nurture part of the equation. And let me tell you, it can make a world of difference. Think about it. Trauma, abuse, neglect. These things can leave deep scars on our psyche, increasing the risk of mental health problems later in life. On the flip side, a loving and supportive environment can be incredibly protective, fostering resilience and helping us thrive. It's like a plant. Give it sunlight, water, and good soil, and it will flourish. Deprive it of those essential nutrients, and it will wither. The same goes for our mental health. Our environment shapes us, molds us, and influences who we become. It's not about blaming our parents or our past. but it is about understanding the profound impact that our experiences have on our mental well-being. Now, let's talk about prevention, because you know what they say? An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And that rings especially true when it comes to mental health. So, how do we build that fortress of well-being? Well, it starts with taking care of ourselves, mind, body, and soul. We're talking about eating a healthy diet, getting enough sleep, exercising regularly, and managing stress. These things might seem simple, but let me tell you, they can make a world of difference. It's also about nurturing our social connections, finding healthy ways to cope with stress, and seeking help when we need it. Early intervention is key. Just like any other health condition, the sooner we address mental health concerns, the better the outcome. Remember, asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. So let's make mental health a priority. Let's create a world where we prioritize well-being, support each other, and break down the stigma surrounding mental illness. Now, let's talk about what happens when we need more than just prevention. Sometimes we need a little extra help to get back on track. That's where intervention comes in, and thankfully, we have a whole toolbox of options available. First off, let's talk about therapy. Therapy provides a safe and supportive space to process our thoughts and feelings, develop coping mechanisms, and gain a deeper understanding of ourselves. There are many different types of therapy, but they all share one common goal: to help us heal, grow, and live fuller lives. Then there's medication. For some people, medication can be a lifesaver, helping to manage symptoms and improve quality of life. It's important to remember that medication is not a one-size-fits-all solution, and it's often most effective when combined with therapy. The key is to work with a qualified mental health professional to find the right treatment plan for you. Now, this next part is tough to talk about, but it's important. When mental illness is left untreated, it can have devastating consequences. We're talking about the end stages, the unthinkable path that no one wants to go down. Without proper intervention, mental illness can spiral out of control, leading to job loss, relationship breakdown, homelessness, and even suicide. It can feel hopeless, like there's no way out. But I'm here to tell you that there's always hope. Even in the darkest of times, there's a flicker of light, a glimmer of possibility. It's our job to hold on to that hope, to fight for ourselves and our loved ones. We need to break down the stigma, increase access to care, and create a world where mental illness is treated with the same urgency and compassion as any other health condition. Remember, no one chooses to have a mental illness. It's not a sign of weakness, and it's certainly nothing to be ashamed of. Now, we need to talk about safety. When someone is struggling with untreated mental illness, it's not just their own well-being that's at risk. Sometimes there's a risk to others as well. I know this is a tough subject, but we can't shy away from it. We need to talk about it openly and honestly. When someone is in the throes of a severe mental health crisis, they may not be thinking clearly. They may be experiencing delusions, hallucinations, or paranoia, which can lead to unpredictable and potentially dangerous behavior. It's important to remember that mental illness doesn't automatically make someone dangerous. In fact, people with mental illness are more likely to be victims of violence than perpetrators. However, when someone is a danger to themselves or others, we need to take action. We need to reach out for help, involve mental health professionals, and ensure everyone's safety. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content on mental health and wellness. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. We're all in this together. Mental illness affects millions of people around the world, but it doesn't have to define us. By understanding the theories, the treatments, and the importance of safety, we can create a world where mental health is valued, supported, and prioritized. So, let's keep talking, keep learning, and keep fighting for a brighter, healthier future.